Hey guys, out here it's media day out here.
It's
Wes.
media day, and guess what? It's regional baseball time.
Regional baseball doesn't get any better than this, Wes. It
just
really
can't
does.
get
Other
it.
than a major football bowl game to us, this is right up there with that. Getting ready for regionals, and when you're talking TCU baseball, you better be talking regionals these days.
Yep, regional, super regional, and then the big one.
Well, we just got out of the press conference, and we've got the North Carolina State team having batting practice right behind us, but we were able to sit down and listen to that press conference with Cody Jones.
Mitchell Traver, and a little bit of a surprise. Traver's going to be the starter tomorrow night. Maybe it's not a surprise, but it's a smart move.
It's an exciting opportunity to be able to start game one, and the way I'm kind of looking at it is it's no different than any other regular season start. My goal is to go out there and execute pitches the same way I have all year, and obviously we're looking to get a win in game one to set us up really well in the tournament, but I'm just thankful to be able to get the opportunity.
Well, when you got a team you're playing that's 20-29-1, and Traver really didn't blow up except one game against Kansas State there when he couldn't find. If you can use Traver, who's a quality pitcher anyway,
absolutely,
and as in the press conference they talked about, he's also, our team, he started Tuesday night, but he's been a Friday night starter for us also.
Yeah, Coach Sloss had mentioned that every starter on his staff had been a Friday night starter at one point in the season, which is kind of unique. I think he said we're probably the only team in the country that had that.
It's more experience. It's the same guys, It's the same. It's really the same pitchers minus, Kipper wasn't pitching out of the bullpen, and neither was Finnegan. I don't think there's anybody else, right? So it's just, Howard's a year older, and Tregloff, and of course Evans has been around a while. Gooch has really been giving us a lot lately, and I think one of the beauties of this tournament with all four of our starting pitchers have started on Friday night. How many schools in the country can say that? College baseball coaches or college baseball fans tend to put a lot on the Friday night starter like he's something special. And sometimes he is, but every single one of our guys has pitched on a Friday night. So that's a lot of in our conference against the schedule we've played. This guy started Friday night against Baylor, right? Yep. Friday night, so the first big, and Friday night against USC. So, there's a lot of versatility there. And if we can stay in the winner's bracket, you could see one of those guys pitch out of the bullpen. So in a shorter series, as long as you stay out of the loser's bracket or like a super regional, then your pitching depth really doesn't come into play quite as much.
And he also talked about how we are well rested all the way around, especially our pitchers. And, we brought that up in the press conference, and we talked about that a little bit. But, that makes more sense with Traver. If he gets in any trouble, he's got a lot of fresh arms to sit there and utilize that. And in fact, it was pretty funny what Coach Sloss said in the press conference about Augie Garita.
Oh, yeah. Apparently, Augie sent him a text right after the game and said that was the smartest thing you could have done, implying that losing 2 games gets you out of there and gets you rested. Not that that's a strategy he wanted to follow, but...
Right.
Coach Garrido texted me right after and said, really smart move. This best thing for your team, like we did it on purpose. But, he's been around the block, and so I've had a lot of other coaches. Vanderbilt, I think, they won their playing game last year, and then they went 2-0 in the SEC tournament. Worked okay for them, so we're gonna try and take that attitude. But the bottom line is just play well tomorrow night. That's it, or whenever we get to play.
And we talked about that the other day at the regional announcement, and but I think there's a lot of truth to that. I don't think it was totally intentional, but I don't think it hurt Coach Schlossnagel's feeling. And I think if anything, it worked as a positive to wake up these kids to realize, hey, you really got to get after it now, and they will be. They'll be ready.
Absolutely.
Need a strong crowd this weekend.
Need a big crowd. I think we'll have it. And like Cody Jones said, this is his favorite time of the year, so I expect a full high-level play out of him and the rest of the team.
And we got a local celebrity coming in as the, what is he, the AD at Sacred Heart?
Yeah, Bobby Valentine.
Bobby Valentine. He still has his
Bobby.
restaurants over in Arlington, I believe, there. Yeah, I think it's still there.
I've never been there, so I couldn't tell you.
I've been there before.
Well,
so anyway.
It's probably easier to name the ones you haven't been to than the ones you have been to.
I was actually texting Bobby Valentine the night before the show. I was like, man, I really think you guys are going to show up here. And I had no inkling that they were. But I think it's the first time since '99 that there isn't a regional in Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, or Georgia. So there's a lot of good teams over there that have to go somewhere. I didn't really expect us to not get one, Texas school. But that's That's just the way it is, and it's a really good challenge for our fans because we need them not just to come to the TCU games, we need to come to all the games.
Well, we're going to sit out here, watch some of these teams practice today. Of course, we're getting ready for Sacred Heart for tomorrow. That's the first priority before we get over here to North Carolina State and to Stony Brook. Or is it Stony Brook, My Little Ponies?
Stony Brook, My Little Pony.
My little pony, my little pony.
Well, they're a serious team.
They're a serious
14
team. They are. They're a good team. So anyway, we're looking forward to tomorrow, and we'll be here for you guys, and got to come out in droves. Coach Schlossnagle, Del Conte saying we got to be here. They want you here for all the games, not just the TCU game, all the games, and that's important for our regional. So come on out tomorrow afternoon and watch Stony Brook and North Carolina State play, then followed it up with the Frogs.
And get ready to woo.
There we go. Go Frogs. Hey guys, look who we got here. We got Evan Scoud, our freshman catcher this year. Extraordinary. Man, how's it going this year? I mean, you got to be having a blast.
Having a great time. I'm really thankful for the seniors with us because without them, I wouldn't be having the season I'm having right now, and I'm really, really happy to be here in Fort Worth.
Hey guys, another TCU extraordinaire. Man, it's 4 years later. I remember Derek Odell in the UCLA regional out in LA cranking one over right field. Man, that seemed like a long time ago now, doesn't it?
That does seem like a long time ago. That was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago, and that was a super regional that we really don't want to remember for other things than I think you really grabbed a lot of people's attention back then, and that's when we first saw some really strong flashes of what Derek Odell would mean to this ball club. And here we are 3 years later at least, and getting ready to take your second appearance maybe on a march to Omaha. Got a regional, super regional come out. Kind of tell me, how's all that sink in over the 4 years to you?
You talk about my freshman year, and I just think of it as a blur. I didn't take advantage of it like I think I should have, and it just, I don't remember it as well as I remember last year and how I'm going to remember this year, and so it feels good to be back in this position, and I'm ready to make my last hoorah the best one.
Evan, you start right off the high school playing field in a starting role at TCU. We'll talk about the jump from high school to college ball.
It's definitely a little bit different, especially coming from Illinois. Not quite the level of ball you see down here, but I came to TCU because I knew I thought I'd have a chance to get in and play right away, and Coach Sloss, said I'd have a spot, so I came in here and ready to work and put in some work, and the jump it's a little different. Pitching's definitely a lot better. Handling the guys behind the plate, definitely a lot harder. But I think I'm getting the grasp, and I think I'm going to keep growing.
So you came in as a shortstop, correct?
Yes, sir.
You played second base your first year.
Yes, sir.
Then last year you moved to the corner for the first time. Is that
Yes, sir.
correct? So talk about those adjustment from being in the middle of the infield to the corner.
That's something Coach Schlossnagle talked to me about taking pride in, and ever since he did that, I really started to truly take pride in it, and talk to somebody like Matt Carpenter, somebody.
I guess he's got
somebody
some good
like
advice
that.
to
He's
give,
got
yeah.
some good utility advice, and he just told me the most important thing that an infielder can have is versatility, and I've always enjoyed playing in the infield. I don't know if I could ever play the outfield, but I would try it if my team needed me to. But just like Mitchell said earlier, I'd play anywhere in any situation at any time if it would help our team win. So.
You've definitely proven yourself this year. Got a power bat, for one thing. Come up in big-time base hits this year at certain times. And done a great job defensively behind the plate, especially blocking. But what's it like you're pretty much catching the best pitching staff in America. How fortunate is it to have that, and what's that been like to you?
It's really nice for me because Coach Sloss he's got all the trust in me in the world to put me behind the plate with all those guys, and I'm really grateful that he gave me the opportunity, and I'm really happy to work with some of these guys like Farrell and Morrison and Young. So it's really just, I'm having a blast, and it's challenging.
I know that you have absolutely, when the game's on the line, you've been key for us many, many times. And tell me, what's that like up there in those situations? I mean, I saw you up in the Oklahoma game up there, come through with a huge smash up there. And those situations, had a really good tournament. I mean, really good weekend, by the way. Talk to me about batting a little bit. How have you been able to improve in that area? And what do you see for yourself in this upcoming regional?
Well, hitting is failure, and early on in my career I wasn't used to that type of failure, this type of pitching, the level of competition, and I think the main thing that I've done over my 4 years of being here is just become a more mature hitter at the plate.
More patient?
Being more patient and more mature. It all goes along with getting the right pitch. I think I'm getting better pitches to hit, and so that that all starts with it. But I just I want to do anything to help our team win, and even if it's a squeeze in the bottom of the ninth to make my team go ahead, just like Kyle Botchak last year, I'd be willing to do that, and I'd be more than happy to do that. And
team player, absolutely. You're a Midwestern guy, and I'm sitting here thinking, did you do wrestling up there? I mean, boxing? I mean, I'm trying to figure out. You kind of got a tough side to you. I'm sitting there. I saw you. I believe it was at Kansas State, and saw you at Oklahoma. You pretty much stick in there when you get after it there at home plate with some of these guys. Looked like you got challenged a couple times.
I mean, I wrestled 1 year when I was young. Played football until my football coach made me quit because of baseball. And I always I had a brother who was 9-10 years older than me. So when his friends were around, I had to learn how to grow up the tough way.
Well, speaking of team player and filling big shoes, man, I see some sharp new baseball shoes. Looks like you got here for the regional. Let's look at that. Give us a little walk down on that, Derek. What we got here?
We got some new postseason spikes. We have this model right here for the gray pants, and we have white and purple ones for the white pants. And right here we have the Omaha sign right there in purple and black. We have the frog skin all through here, and
with your number on it, 5 over there.
Yes, obviously the 5 and the purple and black. And then right here we have our core covenants, SEE, selfless energy and excellence. And then on this side we have the TCU.
Awesome. Well, Derek, you've been a great baseball player for. We hope to be talking here more over the next few weeks. But if anything else, if baseball doesn't work out, you're going to be a great shoe model one day.
Well, thank you.
To see you walk right in this role and take over, especially where Kyle Botchak last year was incredible, and come in and do such a good job and help lead us here has been quite a testament to you. So anyway, we're grateful you're here. Looking forward to some more great years ahead. Looking forward to a great regional out of you here. And good luck, and how about a Go Frogs?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs. There we go. Anyway, and I know your son. What's your son's name again?
Liam.
Liam, man. If y'all hadn't met Liam, he is a piece of work. Great kid.
Well, say hello to him.
Yeah, say hello,
Hey,
Liam.
Liam. Hey, bud.
There you go. Very good. Well, thank you for being on with us today, Derek.
Thank you,
Always
sir.
a pleasure
Yes, sir.
to be on with Killer Frogs. Anyway, how about a big Go Frogs?
Go Frogs.
Go Frogs.